What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Driller, and welcome everyone to WWE NXT TAKEOVER 25 review, the show from June 1st, 2019. And they were at Bridgeport, Connecticut. They were at the Webster Bank Arena with the brand of NXT under the promotion of the WWE World Wrestling Entertainment. Your commentators were Mauro Bernardo, Nigel McGuinness, and Beth Phoenix. Your ring announcer was Alicia Taylor. Your referees, Drake Drake Waters, I think, Eddie Oringle, and Darren Shorin, I think. My apologies for that. I'm trying to pronounce it. I guess that's how you pronounce it, but I could be wrong. But anyways, the pre-show panel you had Troy Caruso, Sam Roberts, and Pat McAfee. But didn't watch the pre-show. Didn't care for the pre-show. Especially with this NXT. It's just going to go for the start of that. So I really look about watching the NXT Takeover pre-shows. All I care about is watching the actual show, the actual Takeover. And on top of that, there's no matches on the pre-show anyway, so that's why I don't watch it. But hey, anyways, so yeah, let's get to the show. First of all, the opening match. Let me find it. Okay, the opening match, shockingly, was Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong, and this match lasted 14 minutes and 45 seconds. This match, it was Smash Mouth Strong style, almost like New Japan level match between Matt Riddle and Roderick Strong. It was that damn hard hitting. I loved it. I freaking love this match. This was the best opening match I've seen NXT TakeOver ever, and we have plenty of great openers before. This one topped it. It topped it to a whole new level. Matt Riddle and Roderick Strong, they man, they were hell bent of hurting each other in this match, and they did that too. In the end, Matt Riddle wins the match, and there you go. Trying to remember how he won though. I think he probably won with the Bro Mission, if I'm not mistaken. No, I don't think it was a Bro Mission. I could be wrong. He probably won with the Bro Mission, or probably 1, 2, 3. But I wish I had the notes here, the actual notes here of it. But nope, unfortunately not. But nevertheless, Matt Riddle won the match as I predicted, and there you go. Before we get to the tag team match, that was up next, they show in the crowd Shawn Michaels, WWE Hall of Famer, 2 times should I say, what pertains to his solo career, and what pertains to the faction of D-Generation X, and he was there with who was part of backstage behind the scenes of either an agent or a producer or maybe a writer, whichever, I don't know, whatever. But the Road Dogg Jesse James, who's also a Hall of Famer in his own right, represents to be part of D-Generation X, and one half of the New Age Outlaws. But basically just one Hall of Fame ring represents to New Age Outlaws being part of D-Generation X. So yeah, Road Dogg was there. Don't care about Road Dogg that much anymore. The whole Mr. Wins and losses don't matter, and names don't matter, and pre-show we'll watch more with Kalisto on there as United States champion, and blah blah blah, and all this type of bullshit that he's defended being in the main roster pertains to Vince McMahon. Just saying. By the way, Mata. Just saying. Anyways, but yeah, that's just also I want to bring up there. So the tag team match for the vacant NXT Tag Team Championship in the ladder match that lasted 21 minutes and 30 seconds. Your participants were the Street Profits, which is Angelo Dawkins and Montel Ford, Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, 1 and 2. The Undisputed Era, aka Red Dragon, which is Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, and the Forgotten Sons, Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler. Fortunately, there was no Jackson Riker. Or did he show up though? We'll get that momentarily. So, as far as this match was good. It was a good tag team match. The underdogs in this match were Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, and not to say that the Street Profits are not underdogs, but the underdogs in my point of view is Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly. Oh my God, Kyle O'Reilly. He took the worst punishment he's ever taken in the ladder match. Even worse than Finn Balor. You know how Finn Balor took that bump off the ladder by Andrade Cien Almas with that on top of the ladder and landed on the ladder again, and then with Baron Corbin later on, and then with someone else later on, and basically with Finn Balor from Money in the Bank, he took the most punishment in that match. But in this match, Kyle O'Reilly he took a whole lot of punishment even worse than what Finn Balor has taken. Where at one point that ladder almost killed Kyle O'Reilly with the whole Forgotten Sons being caught by Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan for the double German suplex as they had the ladders on over their heads, because they were doing the airplanes thing, either the crashing to them or the airplane thing, whatever. I probably the whole airplane thing. I'll probably think about someone else from the Money in the Bank. I think it was a woman's. I'm assuming at the time. But when Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan grabbed the Forgotten Sons, Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler, they German suplex them, but then they let go of the ladder as they get launched, and they almost clocked Kyle O'Reilly. Because Kyle O'Reilly was taking a lot of punishment in this match for pertaining to the ladder, and especially that one last spot where it was like a welts on his back, but I think he was bleeding inside of his back. Could be wrong, but it looked. But they say it was a welts, but by the looks of it, it looked like it was bleeding. It was bleeding from the inside of the skin. That's really bad, by the way. But Kyle O'Reilly, he still kept on going in this match. He's a beast. If you don't believe me, watch his matches in Ring of Honor. He is a beast, and this was no exception. The Street Profits, basically they did a lot of last spots in the match. With potential to having that. Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler, they shine in this match too, by the way. They show me something here. They could hang in our matches, and it showed it here, and it showed right here. The Street Profits, Montel Ford, with the ability of his high flying, with him just look like he could float in midair. He sees this. He doesn't cease to amaze me, basically. But you know what? I wish he could have done. I wish he could have done a frog splash off the ladder. On top of the ladder. I don't remember if he actually did off the rims of the ladder, but he sure did one off the ladder. That would have been awesome, like how RVD did one at one point. So we get to a part where Kyle O'Reilly was going to set the ladder up, right, to get to the belt. Jackson Riker comes out. So Jackson Riker does come out from the leader of the Forgotten Sons. He comes out. He starts clocking everyone. He starts beating up everyone. What pertains to Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, Angelo Dawkins and Montel Ford. And so finally they decided to all team up and beat up on Jackson Riker, and they start beating him down with the ladder and everything. He still ends up staying around. But he starts taking a lot of punishments in the match, for not being part of the match. And also getting involved too. The Forgotten Sons got back in the match, and the match goes to continue on. At one point, the Forgotten Sons looked like they were going to win, and the crowds were booing because they did not want that happening. By the way, I forgot to mention too, when Jackson Riker came out there, and they and when they realized the Forgotten Sons was going to win here, they basically chanted to Jackson Riker, "We forgot you," because they're the Forgotten Sons, and we kind of forgot them in a way. So there you go. So, the finish of the match. Now I'm trying to remember who was trying to get to the belts. I think it was one of the Forgotten Sons, and then Montel Ford. It was one of the Forgotten Sons. Wesley Blake. I'm assuming it was Wesley Blake. He's about to get to the belts. Montel Ford springs himself out of nowhere onto the rims of the ladder that Wesley Blake was at to try to get the belt. He clocks him. Wesley Blake falls, and Montel Ford grabs the belts. And your winners and new NXT Tag Team Champions, finally, the Street Profits has won, and they celebrate in the crowd. I wish they could have sold a little more when it pertains to the punishment, the physicality of the ladder, in this ladder match. But they were in the moment though, so I'll let that slide. But yeah, everyone was popping that the Street Profits won. They wanted them to win, obviously. Next to Undisputed Era, they wanted them to win more. So it was good. It was good. And by the way, what pertains to Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, Red Dragon, I guess you could put 2 and 2 together there. What pertains to the main event, we'll get to that later. So then we get to. Let me see. I'm trying to remember. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we get to the NXT North American Championship. That is 16 minutes and 50 seconds between the champion, the Velveteen Dream, versus the challenger, Tyler Breeze. So, this match itself, to me, this was the weakest part. To me, this, in my opinion, this was the weakest part of the match. But I still enjoyed the match for what it was. I thought it was a good match in a way. The Velveteen Dream and Tyler Breeze were going at each other. With finishers after finishers. Try to go for a tombstone, but they kept reversing and everything. None of them hit the tombstone, but it was a good teaser there too. That was and that's not it. They were showcasing their strength and their body. It's basically showcasing the core strength. Represents to that. Basically represents to reverse the tombstone power. Reversing the tombstone power driver position, all that, and tried to attempt to do the move, but they didn't do it. Something that Roman Reigns and Undertaker tried to do at WrestleMania 33, which it was a fail. But anyways, so, and at one point the Velveteen Dream grabbed Ty Breeze's cell phone because he wanted to do a selfie, right? And he started showing him smile, and all that. Oh my god! And he took his belt with him too, by the way. The North American Championship. And then Ty Breeze gets him the supermodel kick, and they start getting back into the ring, and they start doing their thing. Ty Breeze got Velveteen Dream back in the ring after hitting the beauty shot, which is the spinning wheel kick, which that's his finishing move. The spinning wheel kick. He calls it the beauty shot, and Ty Breeze brought him back into the ring. So at one point, a belt, the Velveteen Dream has belt in the ring. I don't know. It was some kind of distraction for Tyler Breeze, where it pertains to the belt trying to get involved there, and then the Velveteen Dream took advantage of that. He gives him the I think the Dream Valley Driver, and he gives him the Purple Rainmaker, and gets a 3 count in the win. So you're winner, and still you're NXT North American Champion. Unfortunately, the Velveteen Dream. After the match, Tyler Breeze wanted to get a selfie of the Velveteen Dream after their match, and they did. It was a friendly sportsmanship there. And then the Velveteen Dream poses and leaves the ring, and there you go. So the Velveteen Dream stands tall, and Tyler Breeze once again. Yeah, he may be back on NXT, but once again, he can't even catch a break. For once, I would love to see Tyler Breeze win the championship in WWE. And the main roster, unfortunately, they didn't do a good job of it. Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon ruined Tyler Breeze on the main roster. Based on how Vince McMahon punished him because this one time he did, he asked to leave early, whatever. And Vince McMahon give him heat because of that. So he ended up being punished for that. And then later on, what pertains to the Fashion Files, the Fashion Police, Breeze Dongo, whatever, where he's got dressed up in women's clothing. That was fucking embarrassing. And it got me away from Tyler Breeze because of that. But it wasn't his fault. It was Vince's fault. So it's good that Tyler Breeze is back on NXT so that he could get away from that old piece of shit, that old piece of senile, out of touch old man. Because Vince McMahon ruins fucking everything. So thank God Tyler Breeze is back on NXT, and keep him there until this man's dead. I'm just saying. Before we get to the next match, we get to a video package of Damian Priest, formerly known as Punishment Martinez. So they show a video package of him, walking around the city. He's getting a tattoo, and he's got a new look, basically. I mean, he's still looking the same, black hair and all that, but he's got a new new tattoo on him. So, and he's wearing sunglasses and all that. I can't wait to see how his character is going to be. Damian Priest. Obviously, it's going to be similar to Punishment Martinez. I just can't wait to see how a new get up of him, the new look of him to see. So basically, they build him up for his for his debut for on the main roster. I mean on NXT. I meant to say, not the main roster. No. Keep him away from the main roster too. But there you go. Now we get to the NXT Women's Championship. That's 12 minutes and 15 seconds. You have the NXT Women's Champion, the Queen of Spades, the Magician of Submission, Shayna Baszler, versus the Challenger, the Genius of the Sky, Io Shirai. So basically, Jessica Mendouk and Marissa Freer, they stood backstage, and we had a match between Shayna Baszler and Io Shirai, and the match itself, it was good. I thought this match was better than the Velveteen Dream and Tyler Breeze match. Io Shirai was taking it to Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler at one point did get the advantage on Io Shirai, and then Io Shirai was mounting some comeback to get second win here, and she was going try to go for a win here, but all of a sudden, Jessica Mendouk and Maria Shafir, I meant to say, excuse me, they coming out, and all of a sudden, Candice Ray comes out with a candlestick and starts wailing on both of them, Maria Shafir and Jessica Mendouk, and then Candice Ray, I think she did on like a move off the either the apron, a crossbody, I'm assuming, onto both Maria Shafir and Jessica Mendouk to try to keep them away from the match, all that. So back in the match though, Io Shirai, and Shayna Baszler were going at continuing to go at it in the match. And Io Shirai was going for a pinfall to Shayna Baszler, where there was no way for her to kick out of it. But then all of a sudden Shayna Baszler gets out of it and gets her into the Karakula clutch. Io Shirai was trying to get out of it. She's just trying to get out of it either by at least escaping or trying to get the ropes and everything, but she couldn't. And then she looked like she was going to pass out, but instead I didn't see this coming, but she tapped out. Wow. Now I was expecting Shayna Baszler to win here, but I was not expecting Io Shirai to pass out. I mean to tap out. I was expecting her to either to pass out, obviously, not tap out. But wow. But yeah, Shayna Baszler is your winner and still your NXT Women's Champion. After the match, Shayna Baszler is celebrating in the ring. Io Shirai looks upset outside the ring. She gets the candlestick underneath the ring, gets in the ring and starts wailing on Shayna Baszler with the candlestick. Takes her out, goes for her moonsault, and she goes for a second moonsault. But she asks Candice Ray to give her the steel chair. She gets the steel chair, and she does a moonsault with the steel chair, and bam, to Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler was telling that she was damaged and all that. And I was like Shades of Sabu. Io Shirai just did a chase of Sabu, because Sabu always does that too sometimes. You know, with the chair moves, something like that. That was sick. That was sick. I loved it. And Io Shirai, you know, and some people saying, you know, I heard about this. People said that she turned heel. She didn't turn heel. She was retaliating to Shayna Baszler of what she has done over the past, you know, few months. You know, not just because with Kairi Sane, but also with Io Shirai and with Candice Ray, and with other women too. So Io Shirai was giving Shayna Baszler a taste of her own medicine, and on top of that, she's showing her bad side. She's showing her psychotic side, and yeah, and the commentary say you know, a loss of sportsmanship there for Io Shirai, but at the same time, it was not a heel turn though. It wasn't a heel turn at all. It was just Io Shirai, you know, getting back at Shayna Baszler for what she's done. That's all what it was. So there you go. Before we get to the main event, someone mentions that Stephanie McMahon was there, and to be honest with you folks, I didn't even know she was there because I skipped to the match, which was the main event. So I didn't know she was there. So if someone said that she was there, well, thank God I missed her. And good. But just want to mention that though. But yeah, because they showed Stephanie, because they did show Stephanie McMahon there, but I didn't see it, so I didn't care. I didn't look back to see, because I don't care. It's not that important. But why am I mentioning it right here? I don't know. I guess I gotta make it count, I guess, or just pertains to this review. But nevertheless, now we get to the main event for the NXT Championship, which lasted 32 minutes. You have your challenger, Adam Cole, baby, versus the NXT champion, Johnny Gargano. And Johnny Gargano, his outfit was Captain Marvel. My new favorite movie represents to Marvel. And also my new favorite character represents to Marvel superheroes. Is, you know, Captain Marvel. All because of Brie Larson. I love her, by the way. But yeah, I thought that was cool though. That Johnny Gargano. I was saying to myself, what's he gonna dress up like? You know, what type of superhero you know, gear he's gonna wear? And sure enough, he came out with Johnny Gargano. He came out as Captain Marvel. That was cool, awesome. Now, as far as the match was between Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano, this is the rematch from NXT TakeOver New York, which was in Brooklyn, New York, obviously. But as far as this match, it was better than the match that they had from TakeOver New York. And of course, there was a couple of mishaps in the match, but it didn't hurt the match at all, because in the end of it, they started picking up how very good it was ended up being, and it ends up being a great main event match. You know, they go finishers after finishers, stealing finishers after stealing other finishers. You know, going all these signature moves and all that, and you know, these guys were hell bent to fight for one prize, and that one prize is that NXT Championship gold. Oh, by the way, I should mention too. By the way, I heard that Tommaso Ciampa was. I'm sorry, I had to get away from that from the NXT Championship match, but I just remember. I heard that Tommaso Ciampa was at the pre-show, and he was not wearing a neck brace. And I said to myself, So I found out more about Tommaso Ciampa, why he wasn't wearing a neck brace, and he's doing good. He's recovering very fast. So I'm like, wow. But he's not ready. He's not ready to get back in the ring though. He's not mega clear to compete in the ring yet. He's just he doesn't need the neck brace anymore. He's doing good. It hasn't even been half a year yet. And he's already feeling better. Retains to his neck, but still, wow. So anyways, just want to bring that up, folks. Now back to the match itself. So we get to a referee bump because Adam Cole, he was going to miss a belt. I mean, a steel chair. He's like, no, you get disqualified another, right? And Drake was Walters was the referee, and so Adam Cole, he pulls the chair, because the referee was holding to the chair, and Gargano goes for a suicide dive, and Gargano hits the referee accidentally, and just led to, Gargano. Trying to remember what Gargano did. Oh yeah, Gargano went for the swing shot DDT, his finishing move, onto Adam Cole, as back in the ring, and he goes for a cover, but he realized the referee is still out. He goes out there to go bring the referee back in. All of a sudden, Adam Cole is doing this. He's doing this, and I see myself, Undisputed Era's coming out. So Gargano is he's preparing for himself, right? He's got the steel chair and everything, and he's like, Adam Cole's doing it, keep doing this, and and John Gargano's raiding, and no one's coming out. Undisputed Era's not coming out. So basically, Adam Cole was swerving, and and buying time, to distract John Gargano so that Adam Cole could recover. And that's what happened. So Gargano get back in the ring. They start battling for a little bit, and then in the end, Adam Cole, he goes for the Panama Sunrise. And by the way, he also hit the Panama Sunrise on the outside too, to Gargano, which was sick the way it was done. And also in these matches too, Gargano went for a reverse Frankensteiner onto Adam Cole. Went for Adam Cole to hit the ropes, and then go for the Shining Wizard, or should I say the last shot. But here's the thing too, Gargano, the way he presents himself there, he was waiting for Adam Cole. Basically, the way he did is like this. Like, damn it, Gargano, why did you do that? Why can't you just sell it, like you already took him out, like do a reverse Frankensteiner and then do this, and then boom, he gets you. Instead, he does it, and he does this. Boom! Like, come on, Gargano, don't do that. But anyways, I just want to bring that up. But anyways, Pamela Sunrise onto John Gargano, and then he goes for the last shot and gets a 3 count in the win. So your winner and new NXT champion. Say it with me, folks. Adam Cole, baby. I should have did a 3 count mark, I guess. But whatever. But yeah, the point is, Adam Cole is your winner. And folks, I was happy. With this. Yeah, Gargano. Yeah, this was his first title defense as NXT champion. But guess what? So was the NXT North American Championship since going up against Velveteen Dream. So anyway, I was happy anyway with the match. Yeah, I wish Gargano would got a little bit more of a run, but hey, it was Adam Cole's time. And on top of that, you already got Undisputed Era losing on that night. They didn't get the tag team belts. Roger Strong didn't get the win over Matt Riddle. So this calls for Adam Cole to win. Obviously, again, if you put two and two together, obviously Adam Cole was going to be winning. But the way it was done too here, it made it look so unpredictable that Adam Cole was going to win. I mean, it made it look so unpredictable that Adam Cole was going to lose. I meant to say. That's what I meant to say. My apologies. But yeah, there you go. And after the match, Adam Cole was being joined by Undisputed Era, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish. Bobby Fish was wearing a sling. I guess he was injured in the match. Hopefully not too seriously. Maybe he was selling the injury. Kyle O'Reilly. Oh yeah, I forgot much about Kyle O'Reilly. I heard that Kyle O'Reilly lost his tooth in that ladder match. It wouldn't surprise me. After all the crazy bumps he's taken in that match, it wouldn't surprise me if he lost a tooth. Now I'm spitting everywhere. My fault, folks. But yeah, there you go. Usually I will. By the way, the way I'm recording this, by the way, I will press pause, but unfortunately I can't do it with this one because I'm actually using a YouTube camera instead to do the recording here. So. But yeah, the show went off the air with Adam Cole and Undisputed Era standing tall as Adam Cole is your new NXT champion. And that was it. Now before we get to the overall stream of the show, I gotta do the one thing I gotta do what pertains to the highlights of NXT Takeover 25. So here we go. Swerve of the night, I'm gonna give it to Adam Cole. You know, swerving Gargano for tricking him, thinking that Undisputed Era was coming out, just for he could get the advantage. So that's gonna be the swerve of the night. Moment of the night will be Adam Cole becoming the new NXT champion. For me, that's for my moment of the night. Adam Cole is the new NXT champion, which is good. Entrance of the night, if I go with interest of the night, I gotta go with John Gargano, what pertains to him dressed up like Captain Marvel. Move of the night, I'm gonna go with the what move of the night should I go for? Alright, his move of the night to me is the Dream DT by the Velveteen Dream. There you go. If I'm gonna give, basically, I gotta be fair. I'll be fair for that one. Because it was a good move, though. That was a pretty good move. Finisher of the night. Finisher of the night, I'm gonna go with Adam Cole's last shot. Performance of the night. If I go with performance of the night in this match, I'm gonna go Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong with his match against Matt Riddle, that was insane. Insane. Especially with Roderick Strong, the one who was doing all the craziest moves in the match. Matt Riddle did some crazy moves in the match too, what pertains to his adrenaline rush, but Roderick Strong, he showed more adrenaline rush in that match, in my opinion. And finally, match of the night will have to be Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong. I was debating myself a little bit either for the NXT Championship, which is Adam Cole versus John Gargano, or Matt Riddle and Roderick Strong. But I'm going to stand corrected. I thought Matt Riddle and Roderick Strong, they were the show stealer of the match for that night. So that's going to be match of the night. So, that being said, my overall showing for the show pertains to WWE NXT TAKEOver 25 for this review from June 1st, 2019. I'm going to go 9.5 out of 10. So yeah, folks, what pertains to NXT and AEW, basically what AEW is double or nothing with 9 out of 10. And with NXT TAKEOver 25, 9.5 out of 10. They're the real these are the real competitions, by the way. NXT and AEW are real competition. Fuck the main roster. They don't measure up against NXT. They don't measure up against AEW. They don't even measure up against Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and basically yeah. So the real competition here is NXT and AEW. They're the one are showing off here. Some good shows. Well, despite what AEW doesn't have a weekly TV show yet, but still. But you get the pay-per-views to rely on. Which I'll be looking forward to seeing their pay-per-view. What's it called? Fighter Fest? Yeah, Fighter Fest. AEW's Fighter Fest. It's gonna be on June 29th. I can't wait to see that. But yeah. So if any thing that's won my entrance and that won over what pertains to who had a better show, I thought NXT 25. Basically NXT TakeOver 25. I thought it was a better show than AEW Double Nothing. Now, that being said, I still thought the show was good though. Double Nothing. That still was a great show. But I believe with 9.5, it did a little greater than that. So props to NXT TakeOver for that. Props to NXT wrestlers for that. The performers are deserve that. Obviously. And the bookers and the and all that. So well done. So that being said, folks, I'm done. Thank you all for watching. For It's the Natural Born Driller. saying peace on the streets. Well, this was your WWE NXT TAKEOver 25 review. Take care.